Hi Stampers! So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a fall project that I've actually developed for a blog hop. I'm a little intimidated with the fall colors, but I think with the new colors and the designer series papers that we have now, it really helps me design different types of cards. Welcome to Stampin' with Diane. I'm Diane Evans and I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up Demonstrator. Now, if you're watching this for the first time, thank you very much for trying me out. If you do like what you see, subscribe to my YouTube channel down below. Every time I do upload a new video, you'll get notified. And if you're returning, I thank you so much. You have no idea how much that means to me that you've subscribed to my YouTube channel. I just hope that I can give you inspiration to make cards and to create other paper crafting projects. So what we're doing today is I am making a project using the Autumn Goodness. We're going to go in and use that. And this is a beautiful stamp set or a beautiful bundle. Remember, when you do buy as a bundle, that you do save 10%. And then I'm using this Warm Hugs. Now, this one traditionally, with the stamps that are included in here, it looks an awful lot like a Christmas, right? It's Heartwarming Hugs. It's like a Christmas sort of type theme thing, but I'm going to show you how I'm going to change this into a fall project. I can't even show you the full project that we're doing. This is the start of the project, and what we're going to end up doing is we're going to make the tag, but I'm going to show you everything along the way, how I made everything on this project. But again, like I say, I'm going to also do the tag on it. I can't locate the tag is really what the whole reason is. So in order to do this, what you do need are these mini coffee containers, and or they're a carrier, and you get 8 of these. And these are reasonably priced, $6.75 for 8 of them. And they're very, very easy to put together. Just make sure they're good and scored along there. And then on the bottom, I just make sure that I score them in. And then we're just going to bring them back out, and I'm going to show you how to put this together. So I just put them in like this. Whoops. Looks like I'm having difficulties with this, but it's really not that hard. And then you just put this like that and flip this down. And there you've got a very, very sturdy container. It's really sturdy. I'm also using these mini coffee cups. And these are, I think they're like an 8-ounce size. I'm not sure. But you get 8 of them and 8 of the lids. And they're measured, they're about 3 3/4 and about 2 1/4 inch wide here. So just shows you what you could do with those. And then I am, like I say, I'm going in and I am using also some of this beautiful gilded Autumn Specialty Designer Series paper. I think this is what this paper pack has made creating autumn cards so much easier for me. So like I say, I am using this stamp set, but I'm going to turn it into a fall type card. Now, the one thing that always reminds me of fall are pumpkin spice lattes. So that's what inspired me to basically go in and start doing this. So we're going to start right from scratch. And I've got a piece of gold foil. And that piece of gold foil is 4 5/8 by 2 5/8. And then I've also done the Cajun Craze, which is 4 1/2 by 2 1/2. And you know what? A lot of these dimensions are going to be put onto my blog. And there will be a link that's connected below. Now, I've also embossed this with the textured embossing folder that's from from Tasteful Touches. So because it is embossed, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put it on with our liquid combo glue. And it's kind of nice to be able, it's grooved, so it's going to go into those spots, but also it gives you a tiny bit of wiggle room. So I'm just going to layer that on there. It's a very, very thin layer. And I'm going to put that onto the front of here. Now, what we could do is we could put them on both sides, which is a great idea to do. But I'm just going to put it onto the one side for the purpose of this video. Let's just go put that there. Like I say, using the glue sometimes is the easier way of doing that. But doesn't the Cajun Craze and the gold just go great together? Now, I know with the Autumn and the Autumn Gilded, it has both gold foil paper and also bronze or copper foil paper in there. Now, I did make a tag, and you can't see the tag on here because that's what I've misplaced. But I do have some gold. This is... Let's see, no, this one was the 5 one, and this is the 4 5/8 by the 4.5 by 2.5. So we're going to go and put that on there because this is what I want. I want the tag to be on here. So I'm going to go ahead. We're just going to put this off to the side. Just remember, when you are storing your Tombow glue, the best way to store it is upside down, or if you're working with it, always put it on its side, because if you put it up like this, it's going to get air bubbles in it, and you're going to end up, it's not going to flow. So this is the start of the tag. I've got some glue here, so all right. So on this particular one, the wrap dies, I cut 2 of these out, and this Cajun Craze, I went and I had it 5 inches by 4 inches to cut these 2 out. And I've gone ahead and I've already cut the 2 of them. And you can see with these little dies here, that's what I've gone ahead and cut these with. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to line them up. I'm going to bring in my cut and emboss, which is the new machine that is available now to everybody. I'm going to bring it in. And I'm just going to show you how this is done on one of them. So on these dies, there's numbers and there's stars on them. And it shows you on your dies itself, it has those on there, and it tells you which ones to put where you want to put them. So I'm just going to put one there, and I tend to do mine one at a time. I have not got my magnetic plate that goes with this, which is on its way, but which would make this so much easier to do. Let me see if I can get that on there. I'm not having that much luck doing this. Now, with the magnetic plate, it does keep it in place, but this is, there we go. And I've got the thing on the wrong side here, but that's okay. We'll just run that through. And then I'm going to have to do that again at the bottom. So see how that makes these beautiful. It's just a decoration is basically all it is. So now I'm going to go with the other one, and this is the shorter side, and that's what I mean. They have these markings on here, and you know where these markings go. Now there's 2 different designs to this particular one, and I think I've got this on a sheet, and I'll go in and I'll show you that in a second. But you have a choice of different designs that you can put on here as well. Now that is moving again. Probably if I had used a better plate, but this plate will work better. These are not the plates that did come with this machine. I had some. The plates are actually marked, but my other plates work just fine, and I don't want to muck them up until I need them. All right, so let's just run this one through. And then I'll show you how easy this is to put all this together. So just take my big shot out of the way. All right, so, and it cuts out beautifully. All right, so now what you do is you line these up like this. You want to make sure that you've got them the right way. So let's line them up. I am using tear and tape because I want it to stick really, really good. And I'm going to also put the tear and tape on this side. Now, one hint with this is to take your bone folder and you are going to just curl it a bit. And you're going to do the same with this one as well. And that just helps it go around the cup. All right, so we're just going to take your pick tool, take this off. And then what we want to do is we want to line this up. So there. And I just take my bone folder, make sure that it's good. And stuck to that. And now we're going to do the same on this side here. So we've got this ready to go onto our cup. There we go. And again, I'm just going to come in with my bone folder to make sure that that's good. Okay, so we've got that ready there. Now, the other part is that I went and I took some designer series paper. And the designer series paper you need roughly in order to do this particular thing is 10 inches by 4 1/4. And what I have is I've done this cup template. And by cutting this out, I just do it and I wrap it around the thing and I end up with it being wrapped like this onto. It just wraps around. So what I'm saying is this would just wrap around like this. Oops, you have to take the lid off. And I just put the double-sided tape on there and we're just going to wrap that around there. Now I've already got this done, so I don't need to do it, but I just trace it off with the pencil and then just go ahead and just put it onto the cup itself. So now this would go on here. I match this one part up with this, and it's just like that. Okay, so we've got that part done. And then on the front, and what I've done is I've cut out, there's a circle here and it has stitches on it. No, this was from the Stitch Shapes, so we're going to use that for the first part. Now, on this one here, it says, I like you a latte. I didn't want, I like you a latte. I wanted it to say, thanks a latte. So what I did was I've taken this part, I like you, and I put it on the top of the block because I don't want to stamp that part on there. So all I'm going to do is bring in my embossing buddy. And of course, I always use embossing buddy when I'm using Versamark and my embossing powder. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in and I'm going to ink up a latte. I'm just going to put that onto there. And then this thanks stamp comes from this massive thanks. And it's just this one right here. So I'm just going to stamp that also in the Versamark. Just like that. And then I'm going to dip it into my gold embossing powder. And we're going to heat set it. Doesn't take very long to heat set this, so we're just going to quickly do this. Remember, when you do emboss, it's so important that you don't move it around. Start at one end and you just go straight up. Or start. So it's just like that, and the thanks. Just like that. And then you can take a die cut. I'm just going to take a circle punch that I had. I'm just going to cut out a latte. And then I'm just going to take my snips and just cut this things. I'm actually going to, let's see. Is that straight? Not bad. Like that. And I think we'll take that in just a little bit more there. And then I'm just going to pop that up with dimensionals onto here. I really, like I say, I love this Cajun Craze with this gold, but it also looks excellent with the copper, except we don't have copper embossing powder, so that's why I went with the gold. All right, so we're just going to put the 2 mini dimensionals onto the back. And let's just take that off. And we're just going to go thanks there. See, very simple. When you don't have something, you can match a bunch of different stamp sets together. Okay, now I'm also going to pop this up as well because I want that to be raised onto the coffee carrier. And it might be a bit of overkill with these dimensionals, but I just like it to go like that. Okay. So this is just going to go off to the side like so. Okay. Now on here, what we want to do is I'm going to take this circle, and this circle was cut from this one here. It's a larger circle. I don't know if you can see, this is the thing of where I've got them, and it's got a bit of stitching around them. And what I did was I went and I took this one, it says for you, and I took it and I cut it out with the die that is like this. And then I also, and we may not be able to find it now, is I had actually taken the cup, the little tiny cup, and put it on the inside. We'll see if that's there or not. Anyways, we've got, just going to glue this on. And we're going to put that on there. Make sure that's sort of in the center. Now, I know I did have a little tiny cup here, but more than likely that is gone. I'll show you. It's a cup that comes from here, and I did emboss it as well, and then I popped it up with a dimensional. Now, again, very important because we're using this. Whoops, I didn't mean to get that on the inside. We want to fold this so that it's going to stick onto our cup. So let's get that put up there, and we're just going to take our glue and put the glue in the middle here, and we're just going to put this piece on here. And like I say, normally what I would do is I would put that little coffee cup, but I'd already gone and embossed it and cut it, and it didn't, it's somewhere probably on the floor now. That's good. Just want to make sure that that's there, and that's our cup. So I wanted to actually have that put the other way. You know what, we're going to turn this around. I am going to have this go at the back. There we go. And then that's going to go into our coffee carrier. All right, so now for the tag. I had gone ahead and I'd also gone and stamped and colored this stamp set here and this one here, because of it being like a paper or like a pumpkin latte, and I'd cut it and also did the umbrella. And you know what? I just found my little coffee cup, so I'm going to go ahead and put that coffee cup right there, and I'm going to put it on with a small dimensional. It's amazing how you can find some of these things, and some things you just can't find on your desk, right? Anyways, there we go. So I'm just going to go put that little guy right in the middle. Kind of just finishes that off. Okay, that goes there. And then with this, what I did was I went and I wanted this to go up here like so. So let's go ahead and put the dimensionals on the back. See there. I think we're going to have to use some small dimensionals on some of those, because I want to make sure that it fits down on there. So we'll just use a small dimensional on this wheel. And there's also a spoke on here that would have been really kind of a neat sort of thing to put onto this wheelbarrow. All right, so let's put that, the wheelbarrow about like there. And then let's put this guy up at the top. And we're just going to put that right in about there. Okay, now I have this punch here, and I'm just actually going to put this in here because I want to put, I'm going to make sure it's kind of in the middle, and then I'm going to have a notch in there. So then I can go ahead and we're going to tie this onto here. So I'm going to put this other cup in there, and then let's tie this onto there. Now I have this ribbon. This is colored with the light Cajun Craze. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring this around here, and let's put this into here. That, and I'm going to cut that part off. I colored quite a bit of it, so, and then we're just going to do this. That. We can bring that down a bit as well. Now I can tie that in a bow. Let's put it in a bow. I don't know if a bow is the appropriate thing to do. Yeah, I think we're okay. And I wanted to stick this to stick down here, so I'm going to kind of cheat, and I'm going to put a dimensional right about here. Take that off. We're going to put it right about there. Now, another thing that I thought would be really good is that gold cord. I thought it would look quite nice on here as well. Let's see. Put that around there as well. So there's some gold cord on there too. See if that works. If it doesn't work, we're just going to take it off. So let's put it underneath there. And we'll go from there. There we go. Just to give it some gold. Now, like I say, it may not even need it. You know what? I'm going to leave it on there because I think it just adds a tiny bit of gold on there. So there's my pumpkin latte project that I did. Changed it up from the Christmas theme, and I hope you like that. If you have any questions still, don't hesitate to ask a question. Leave a comment, give me the thumbs up, and better yet, subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you do live in Canada and you don't have a demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator. I give away each and every month. I have a tutorial package that I give away each and every month for anybody that places an online order if you use this hostess code. So, like I say, I hope you enjoyed that, and happy latteing. Bye for now.